5 surprising places to meet your Mr. Right. Hey, it's Mark here from Making Yours. I've got a very cool guest in with me today, Camille Virginia.
Hey, Mark.
Thanks for coming in. Hello. She's here from Master Offline Dating. She has a brand and a message that I really respect and appreciate. It's all about meeting men and building those social skills and that confidence in person.
That's right.
It's not all just about her message though. She's been featured in massive publications, Thrive Global. You've had coach people in 100 different countries. You've got your book out now, which is titled
The Offline Dating Method, How to Powerfully Attract a Great Guy in the Real World.
And that's what we're talking about today. 5 places you can meet him. So these might surprise you. The first one, Camille.
Airports.
Hey.
Hey, surprise. Yeah, I know it's a great place. It's something you wouldn't expect, but people go there all the time, especially if you travel for work. And people are in a really great mindset because inhibitions are lowered. You're on your way somewhere. You're out of there in like an hour. So people are more...
Yeah, you can try stuff, be more courageous.
Exactly. Yeah. And then you're off to Denver or, Monaco or wherever.
And it's a real chance to really put yourself out there that little bit more, to kind of push yourself, to maybe try something or approach a guy or try something a bit more daring that you might not have done before. So anytime you're at an airport, awesome location. Number 2 is hotel bars. Now, you've probably heard of bars before. We all know you can meet people in bars. The cool thing about hotel bars is that they have a transitional customer, a little bit like an airport.
Exactly. Yeah, inhibitions are lowered. You're not in your home state or your home city, and so you're kind of a little bit more open to stuff, kind of like being in Vegas.
Yeah, and it's cool because if you embarrass yourself, if you do say something wrong, which hardly ever happens, right? But if it does, the person's going back to Toronto. So
that's right.
Really good place to practice your confidence.
100%.
Number 3, Camille. What is number 3?
Number 3 is hospitals. It took a little convincing to get Mark to put this on.
I wasn't sold on this idea, but Camille's very charming. She practices what she preaches, and somehow hospitals is now in the video. Elaborate.
So hospitals have the same mentality as we talked about with airports and hotel bars. There's a large turnover of people. So there's all different walks of life. People have a reason for being there, but you're kind of, I don't know. It's always interesting people watching, and I learned that it was a great place to meet men too. So
I guess the question the audience would ask, really the question I want to know, is how do you just randomly, I was just walking home and ended up in the hospital again?
So you do kind of need a reason to be there. So hospitals with like a Starbucks or a cafe, or if you've got like, I don't know, a dermatology appointment, hang out in the lobby a little bit more and see who you run into. Maybe a handsome doctor, maybe someone who just is cancer-free now and ready to date.
And I guess in all seriousness, that's not, when you're at one of these appointment type things, and I guess it doesn't really have to be a hospital. It could be like sitting for your accountant or your physiotherapist or
lobbies are great.
Your naturopath person, like any of these waiting areas with, especially big ones with a coffee shop, has potential.
Yes,
as
exactly.
Long as you can somewhat explain why you're there. No polio for me. I just wandered in.
If you're there, they're there too. So they're, you're both equally invested.
You're both there. Number 4 is a little more down to earth. It is the bookstore. So the bookstore is an awesome place to just do your thing. You're able to read a book. You're able to look for new titles. There's heaps of easy topics to pick up on and conversation. Lots of interesting stuff around you. And it's just a cool place to hang. You can do your personal development. You can watch a Mark video or read a Camille book or do something really cool there. And in the meantime, you can kind of be, in your feminine and going, who do I actually, who would I like to meet here? Who do I find attractive here? And it gives you those opportunities in a really nice, positive environment.
Yeah, and a great conversation starter, which we'll get to in a later video. But...
Yes, on its way. Number 5, Camille, is...
So number 5 is just every time you step foot outside of your house is to have the mentality, I could meet someone. So you probably pass within thousands of great men every single day. Every day. They're at the grocery store, they're at the coffee shop. All the places that you've heard, they're there too. There's no magical land of single men, but the great thing is that they're all around you doing the same things you are.
And that's the key, is that, we don't know what your life is. Maybe you have a really busy life where you move between a lot of appointments. Maybe you have a bit more free time, or you live in an area with lots of coffee stores. We don't know your situation, but we do know you have the same amount of hours in the day as everyone else, which means you must be doing something and moving around with those hours. And every time you're out of the house, Which if you're not, do that more first. And then every time you're out of the house, you have the opportunity. You just never know. And when we talk about the bookstore or the airport or even the freaking hospital, right? What we're really saying is that it can happen anywhere. And when you're present and when you're going, hey, who do I find attractive here? There's so many opportunities in public.
Yeah, no, it's great.
Camille, your book is awesome. Check it out if you want to download it. Your website to find it?
masterofflinedating.com.
An awesome message and an awesome chick. Camille, thank you for coming in. We're going to do another video because you might be wondering, how do I start the conversation once I'm there? How do I do that? We're going to explain that. The secret to starting an incredible conversation with any man that you meet, making a great first impression. Check out the link for that one. I will put it above and down below the moment it is published. This has been Mark from Make Him Yours. Camille, thank you.
Thanks for
so
having me.
much for coming in. Leave your thoughts, comments, questions below. I'm sure Camille will be happy to answer some of them as well. I'll be on there too, so put that all in the space below. Hit the big red subscribe button with the little bell and give the video a thumbs up. We will see you in the next video very soon.